Hello, everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean. And look who I have with me here today, my very favorite co host. One of my favorite co hosts is Mark the Spirit Whisperer. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Jean. Hi, guys and gals.
I
Welcome to
almost
Saturday.
placed you at the top there, Mark. You're one of my favorite. There's a
Okay.
whole cluster of you
Yeah, there you
for
go.
sure. I'll get myself in trouble.
Yeah, I know.
We were just chatting with Pan in behind the scenes and got lost in time. So sorry, we're a few minutes late here. And I would just want to say hello to Mary, Stephanie, Wiki, Viviani, and everybody. Kay Dorn, Ronnie Y, and because. And yeah, so everybody, Leona is here, Evelyn, Sylvia. Thank you everybody for coming and for sharing time. JM Wallace, I see you too. C Dreamer, everybody's here. You guys, it really makes a difference. Happy Saturday. Happy Mark the Spirit Whisper on the Sun Psychic Channel Day. It is I always looking forward to sharing time together with you, Mark. I
Yeah,
love
me too.
I love reading together and we do I love the um just the unknown and just the magical information that comes through. And speaking of magical information, hi Kathy G, hi Tina V. So today we're going to be connecting with your loved ones. If you would like a message from your loved one, please do. Provide the name and the relation, like if it's your brother, Bob, or whatever the relation is. And we're also going to be doing pet readings. If you want to let us know the name of your pet and the type of pet, spirit guide readings, angels, goddesses, ascended masters, mermaids, fairies, galactic council, mysterious experiences. If you had an experience and you would like for us to look into it or feel into the energy, we'd love to do that with you. And just as a reminder, please use caps and emojis, and that all of the questions are chosen at random. There's a lot of you here today, so thank you all very much for coming, for putting in your questions. And Mark, is there anything you wanted to share before we get started?
I want to say hi to Tim of Telltale Tarot. I see he's here. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Yeah,
I know him.
yeah, I thought you might. Um, you know how it goes past us. Is we need all the eyes we can to kind of keep up with the chat and stuff. But I did want to say, do you know there's that new feature? I don't know if you like it or not, where you can put the chat and now it comes up on the screen and it does from both our channels because there's that thing of you can only see the chat from one channel. So I don't know if you like it, but I just wanted to.
It's quite small here, you
Yeah,
guys, and you can't change the size of it. Like if they made it a little bit bigger, then everybody could see it.
right.
Oh, there's Telltale Tarot.
So I've just been trying a little bit. I don't know if it's better or not, but uh,
Yeah, I know. And I guess it's their way of getting, close to it. Close to getting, the chat to be together when we do collaborations.
right.
This was their first attempt at creating something like that.
You have to have your
Um,
glasses on though to read it. There's that.
glasses, magnifying
I guess
glasses.
if I was watching it on my television, it would be bigger, but
Oh,
because I
that's
usually
true.
watch everything on my TV, and
Oh,
yeah, I usually do. But because I have a big giant screen, I just like watching you guys on giant screen. Uh, but then it makes it harder to comment and stuff because you have to have your phone. But like if I'm going to comment, I usually come into my computer because I am just not good with the phone. I don't like it anyway. I'm
I
sorry.
know it's a learning curve. It certainly is a learning
It's too
curve,
much. It's too much
and
work.
some like some of the social media, you can only do things on your phone, like posting reels and stuff on Instagram and TikTok. It's
Right.
very much phone driven. There is an access on the PC, but
Uh-huh.
you can only upload like one.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep. And I see all of you guys. I'm clicking all of anything that's in caps. I'm clicking on, and
Lots
then
of
we'll
questions.
choose randomly there. And so nice to see everybody. Thank you, Luna, Diane W, Bless 54, Will Wim 19. That was hard to say, huh? So nice to see everybody. All right, so
New people that I haven't seen their name before.
oh,
I love it.
and that Saturday brings new people.
Yeah,
I find.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I always like to
Mm-hmm.
just read out the new names. I mean, just notice the new people because it helps me get a feeling of who's out there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, oh, very nice. So let's go ahead and start with WIM 19. And WIM 19 says, I am going to retire in 6 months. How will it go? And also, you guys, as we move along, if I call your name and bring up your question, just kindly say hi so that we know that you're still in the chat. And I'm going to probably turn off this little ticker in just a second. But yeah, we're just going to continue to choose randomly. All right. So WIM 19.
Let's see here.
So first thing I feel for you, Wim, is I feel like you already know what you're going to do. And being busy and having a hobby that you can earn a small amount, or not a different type of income. You are enterprising. You like to be busy. You like to be with people. You like to be social. And I do see you like hanging out with art crowds, art exhibits, art um, classes, art festivals, something around art. And you're going to maybe do something or build something or make something that you've always wanted to do or that you always already do. And maybe get like just display some of your wares, some of your pieces, or something in that realm. And or I do see you taking classes. I do see you working on higher education or extended, or it's trying something new, something different, because it's like a third chapter of your book. It's not, we all think, not we all think, but we're all programmed to think or conditioned to think that that's when we go into our house and watch TV and relax. Oh no, not for you, Wim. Not for you at all. And you're not going to build a new like thing that you're going to be tied to or obligated to. You're going to have fun, and you're going to keep yourself busy. And I do see you traveling as well. I see you probably once or twice a year. You may even have like a traveling group, or and you love the culture. And I do see you maybe like hanging out with like a birding group, and maybe do birding adventures and go on birding types of traveling. Like there's a travel, but there's a purpose, or like I don't know what you like, a theme around the travel. It's not just going and sitting on a beach somewhere or visiting a architecture or something. It's for a reason. So that's what I have for you, Miss or Wim 19. Wim 19. How about you, Mark? And I'm going to switch Mark over so that we can see his cards.
Who is it? Wim 19. Wim. Well, I think you've been building for it. You've been looking forward to it. It's going to be a release. Just letting go. Not that a job is a burden, but just doing it every day and that kind of thing. It'd be nice to put that down and move into something else, move away from the old work environment. Now, having said that, there'll be a little bit of adjustment because, there's some things about your job you liked and people and stuff like that. So it's a little bit of a adjustment period. I'm glad I'm not going to work every day and I kind of miss it. I got to readjust. What am I going to do next? So I do see you just taking a break afterwards, giving yourself a little bit of space and time to adjust into the life of retirement. But I don't see you, so yeah, we're going to have a little time of adjustment, a little time for me getting used to being home and not having to go to work. But I don't see you sitting still forever. Then you're going to get up and going again on a new project, a new thing to do, but different. So it's like you can set your own hours, or it'll be different. Like you'll be your own boss in a way. It's a whole new perspective. Takes a little bit to get used to being retired. But ultimately, you're going to like it. I think it's going to be great. You'll fit right in after you had just a little bit of time of adjustment. I don't know. I feel like you have a pension, or there's some kind of, it feels like you're retiring, but with, some money or something. I don't know if you have insurance, but a pension or something, so that you're sitting pretty good. It's not like you're retired and destitute. You're not like that. You'll be able to enjoy being retired. So you get this 9 of Pentacles. It suits me. It's actually more than I thought it might be. You had certain ideas about it, but it actually, as time moves, actually, I really like being retired. Oh, I'm so happy. It really, we get into it after a bit. That's what I think. Yeah. It's the freedom.
For
And
sure.
you get to be your own boss for a while and do what you want to do. And then if you don't want to do it, you don't do it. You realize that you can kind of create your own days and things like that. And I think you're really going to like it. You might need a month to do nothing. Maybe just enjoy sitting. Might be good. But then you're going to kind of want to get up and go again. Yeah.
Agreed.
Congratulations.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. The world is your oyster, so to speak. All right. Well, thank you, Wim19. Thank you for the feedback. We appreciate that. And randomly, I'm just going to scroll and hit one, and I see Light 777. And then Light, please say hello. And then after Light is Telltale. Telltale is next after Light.
Telltale Tarot.
Yeah.
Okay. If I should go back to my old job. So you're working at your old job now, but only for the summer. Then you go back to teaching. So your question is, do you want to stay with that old job or go back to teaching? And you wonder what your dad has to say about that, Rich. Okay. Is that clear, Jean? Is that what I'm looking at?
She wants to ask her dad this, if she should go back to her old job or go back to teaching. Let me just check with my pendulum here. So is it in Light's highest good to go back to her old job instead of teaching? No. Is it in Light's highest good to continue teaching? I got going to the teaching. Even though you can do that in the summer and you're doing that in between, I don't feel you would. Your energy is better suited for the teaching. Not better suited, but you'll have more opportunity to connect with people. I think that where you are now, or where your job is, it's very secluded and very limited, and the teaching would be a little more social and interacting with more people, which I think is better suited to your vibration and energy, from what I can tell. How about you, Mark?
Yeah. Well, I see the first thing I get is Dad looking over you. He watches over you. So, in case you was wondering. But here he is, King of Cups. Got loving energy, got his eye on you, keeping an eye out on you, looking over you. I kind of feel like you could choose either way, but there's a part of you that's meant to be a teacher. And um, in that, you serve, feels like you serve more people as a teacher. And that I know that the teaching profession is going through it, and you guys never get enough credit or money or anything like that. But there's a reason you're teachers, because you're good at it and people benefit from it. So he's kind of, I know, I think he liked that you became a teacher too. I think he liked that idea for you. And I think he thinks you're good at it. So there's that. So I'm kind of getting, it's your choice, but Dad's kind of looking at the teaching thing as this card. For some reason, it's the Queen of Wands, which that would be you, but it's giving me teacher energy here. I don't even know why. Because Queen of Wands is spirit, so it's akin to your spiritual service. Like, it wasn't a mistake that you became a teacher and you've been doing it all this time. And Dad says you're real good at it. I've been watching you. You're good. And unless you just can't stand it, he's kind of pushing about going back to teaching.
I think it's important that your energy is in more affecting or touching more people, and the social aspect of it is very good for you, and you'll more opportunities will come your way and enhance and enrich your life. It's not only beneficial for those who you touch, but it's also it's more of a reciprocity going on there. It's not saying that the other one is not in your highest good. It's just that the teaching is more in your favor. That's all. And it's not saying that you have to continue teaching. Maybe in a year or two you might reconsider again. But for right now, that's what I
Yeah.
got.
And that's what this card was saying. That I was just going to say what you just said. Here's that Seven of Pentacles. Like, teaching is hard work. Number one, you give and give and give, and the return isn't quite even. And look, I've spent a lot of time sweating, working hard at teaching. But so here's one more year, maybe. So it might only be for another year or something. Again, he says, if you're completely exhausted and tired, go ahead and just, do what you want. But you might stick in there for another year or so. That's what I'm getting. So not like tons of time, but maybe there's something that's going to happen as when you're being a teacher. I don't know. It feels like not quite yet or something like that.
Yep. The unknown.
Sense.
The unknown. So thank you very much for your question. And I am looking for, I just saw it. Oh, here he is. When you're scrolling on these things, as you scroll, it blanks it out. Have you noticed that? Like you can't, if your cursor is over top of it, it goes blank. It's hard to see the questions.
I know.
Sometimes. I don't know why. It like goes all blue if my cursor's on it. Hello, Mr. Telltale. My dad passed away the 30th of May. Is he okay? Does he have a message for me? I am so sorry. What is your first name and what is your dad's first name?
That's Tim, is the
Okay, Tim.
questioner, and his dad's name is Bill, it says.
Okay. Oh, Dad Bill. Oh, I didn't see
I
that.
know.
Okay.
I asked the same question in my head, then I went, oh, there it is right there. We can't read very clearly in between worlds. I forget how to read. Yeah.
And Tim, just say hi so we know you're still here.
Yeah.
And you didn't take out your little pup. Because with mediumship, we need your energy.
Hey, Tim, Bill.
I hope Tim's here.
I'm pretty
There he
sure
is.
there he is.
I'm so sorry for your loss, Tim. It's very recent.
Right.
He doesn't want very much. He doesn't want to be a burden, and he's almost saying something like, "Of course I'm okay. Why would you even ask that?" Like he's like, don't it's he's almost saying, don't pay attention to me, or not pay, just, don't worry so much about me. Don't um what is he saying? He doesn't want to be the center of attention. I think there is somebody else, that is around you, that he wants you to pay attention to. He's like, I'm fine. I am where I need to be, and um, let me ask him a couple of questions here. He's saying that I feel like he may have left his consciousness may have left sooner than his passing. Like maybe he was in and out of this world and the other world, because he's telling me he was very prepared for his passing. Um, he's telling me that he enjoyed his life, and he's saying, "Can you believe um, what we did? Like what I did?" He's also showing me there's a an elephant with a hat on. I don't know if it's that bar or something. What's that elephant? Um, it looks like bar, but I just like I'm talking to him and he keeps showing me this, so I'm not sure if that means anything to you. It's like a childhood storybook. Babar, I think is his name. Um, and he's showing me three. He's showing me the number three, and I'm not sure if there's three siblings, three children. Um, I feel like he was a dog lover as well. He's telling me that he is with his pets that have since crossed. He's back with them and with his family. And he's showing me cars, like not hot rod cars, but like special cars and cool cars. I'm not sure if this is something that he loved, that he's like, they communicate in symbolic. I'm not sure if this is something that he did or that he loved or that he, means something to you that he knows about, something in that respect. He wants you to know that he is very proud of you, no matter what had maybe maybe any of the rifts in your lifetime that are all under the bridge and mean there's nothing to say, there's nothing to forgive, there's nothing to um, worry about. And he's saying that none of that, like judgment or you know resentment or burden, there's nothing to worry about. Like all of it is gone. And what's most important is the joy and the love that he experienced here in this world. And he says that you brought him joy, you showed him love, and he wants to thank you for that. um, he is saying that he had made mistakes in his lifetime. He wishes that he had better sense and he wants to. He is talking about mom and saying how much he was grateful for her being in his life, that she took care of him, and that was she forgave him. Oh, she looked the other way sometimes when he was maybe, you know, doing something that was, not family like, I guess you would call it. I don't know, hanging out with his buddies, coming in late or drinking beer or something that she had to look the other way. And he said she was a bigger person than I was, and he almost like had to grow up, and she was there to support him. So there's things that he said he could have done better, should have done better, but as time went on, he was able to see that and find that respect for her. So that's what I have to say. I hope that makes sense for you. Oh, you always felt that you were a disappointment to him, he said, and she nursed him to the end. Oh my gosh. He loved dogs. The babar, I don't know what that elephant is either. Oh, he had dementia. Oh, so he was traveling back and forth. Well, that's what they say. That's what they say. Um, he was very nasty and spiteful to her in the end, but it was the illness. Yeah. Yeah, she had to turn away. That must be what he's talking about, because of his, behavior. And yeah, he wants you to know that there's no judgment. All of that, like, really just disintegrates and goes away. It's like water under the bridge, and the love and the joy and the memories are what is lasting. How about you, Mr. Mark?
Yeah. Well, telling me that he's still in review over there. I know it's been a bit, but he feels like he has a lot to review. Um, like, so you said, is he okay? Yeah, he's okay. He crossed. He, went to the source. He didn't go to hell or nothing like that, because there isn't one. But now he's just kind of looking over his life and, successes and failures. He says he didn't always do the most loving thing. Um, Sometimes his actions came from faulty thinking, or like he'd been taught, and he acted from that, particularly as it comes to you. So I feel like he wasn't super nice to you, and didn't encourage you in a way that you might like. Um, and his words could be hurtful towards you. Like he says, I tried to discourage you, and I thought by criticizing or um, not, you know, not let you be you, that I could change it. But that couldn't. It was your life, not his. But he was pretty adamant about it, or you know, my way or the highway. This is the thing you need to do. I know better than you know. This is a weird, like, for example, in my life, me being gay, there's those that couldn't understand that you didn't choose it, right? They couldn't understand that I was born that way. I didn't really choose it. As a matter of fact, I didn't want to be, and it took me a while to get that together in my own life. But he had this idea that you could just not do that if you didn't want to. He kind of thought you could just go over this direction, and you're being willful or something, you know. So I think there was probably quite a battle that went on. He realizes, though, from this side, that a lot of his words and his, you know, kind of the way he was raised, um, weren't good for you. He would say, that mind frame and the way I was with you wasn't good. It really, my negative words and attention, you know, tried to kill your spirit. I was really your kind of an adversary. I don't really like to say that, but from the other side, he sees how he just wounded you over and over and over. Now, with these swords, you know, that's mental words too. So I think sometimes his words were hurtful, even if he didn't mean to. But he also has this 7 of swords. So we got the swords, and look at him. He's got all these powerful, sharp opinions and words that he just has on him. They're a part of him. Oh, okay, to make him man. Yeah, right. So there was that toxic kind of masculinity energy. He wasn't really aware of it in the moment. Like he thought, this is what I need to do. This is what you do, because this is just a choice. I just need to fix it. So, you know, he's thinking he was fixing you, but the thing is, you weren't broken. Hello. Thank you. You was not broken. Now, so that's what he's looking at now, Tim, over there, and trying to figure that out, right? Like, why did I make those decisions, and would I choose them again? That kind of thing. He wants you to know that even that weird way of being with you came from love, he thought. So he loved you. He loves you. Okay? So let's get that straight. And even the weird thing that he would do, he thought was loving, but he also says, he says, but I was more concerned about me than you, is what he's saying. And so, I talked myself into that it was out of love, but really it was about me. And I thought I wanted you to be different. The thing of it is, like when he looks at you now, he realizes you're this beautiful, loving energy, and he wish he had encouraged that more. You know, this is the way he sees you. This beautiful little page of cups, carrying love around to offer to others. You're innocent, beautiful creature. This is the way he sees you now, and that he was blind to that when he was on the earth. You know, the good thing about when you get the other side is you get to look at things from all different perspectives and get a little better feeling. Not only your actions, but what led you to those actions and stuff like that. So he wants to say he's sorry about that. And he also wants you to just let go of it. He goes, let that go with me. All that stuff. He goes, I'm sorry. I thought I was doing the best I could. Actually, I did do the best I could, but it wasn't great for you. And I realize it. But don't carry that around anymore. I'm gone. Let that be gone with me. I want you to continue forward on your personal journey without regard to me in any way, shape, or form. He goes, I want you to keep going. You're supposed to keep riding your chariot into the sun. You're supposed to be doing the work you're doing. He don't want you to stop. There's that 3 of coins, sun, chariot. That's what he wants. That's what he's hoping for you from here forward. He wants you to let that go. Um, he says, let go of the idea that maybe sometimes I wasn't your best friend, or you were mad at me, or, all that was justified, he says. So stop punishing yourself. Don't feel like you could have been better. He says, no, you were you, because I was the one that was resistant to, having this relationship be more fulfilling for both of us. So if that makes sense, he just wants to come clear on that. But I really say the big thing is there's his little boy, his little loving boy. Now I know you're a man, but he sees you as his precious child who only wanted to bring love to the world, and kind of screw him from thinking you needed to be different in order to do it. You needed to be you, and he's so happy that you resisted his old grumpiness and just stayed to be you anyway, even if it made him mad or whatever. But that's what he wants. He wants this beautiful, loving child who was here to spread love. He wants you to keep doing that. And he would like you to even go more with it. Don't let our relationship in the past color your life moving forward. Let that go. You don't owe me anything. Let it go. Let it go. Enjoy that my energy has moved on to the other side, and I'm moving on. My soul's moving on. I had to learn a lot in this time, and you learn stuff too. We were together for a reason, but now it's for you to move forward and do what you came here to do. I love this card, Tim. This little page of chalices, page of cups. I got goosebumps all up and down my back. But this is you. That's always has been you. And he sees it more clearly from the other side than he did when he was here on the earth. And that's a regret, So anyway, little page of cups. Love it. Keep going forward. You're not supposed to stop.
Beautiful. Well done. I love those cards, Mark.
Yeah. These panda cards are great. I love them.
And thank you, Tim. So I was looking for Who's That Girl and Sea Dreamer. Is Who's That Girl or Sea Dreamer here?
Who's that girl?
Okay, Who's That Girl is here. Thank you. Here she is. She said, my job is toxic from being ostracized for my age. I am close to retirement. I'm afraid I will not find another job. Shall I retire early? And Sea Dreamer, please say hello. I know I've been putting notice. Okay, Sea Dreamer is here. Okay, thank you. So, and Sea Dreamer, you're next. Toxic job.
So, like you feel like you're being treated differently because you're older?
Yeah, close to retirement.
Yeah, I'm close to retirement. Shall I retire early?
I think it's your choice.
Yeah.
But I think you enjoy being busy and working, but you don't enjoy being treated like crap and being a mat, a doormat. They're dumping stuff on you and blaming stuff on you and making life more difficult for you, and it's just not tolerable. And the thing is, Who's That Girl, is that you are mature and responsible, reliable, dependable, and this is probably why they and I think that it's not, she said that's correct. And it's not that you allow them to treat you that way. It's that they see you as old school, and old school is put your head down and do what you say. Where kids today would be like, I don't want to do that. Get somebody else to do that. We would never say something like that because that's not. And I think that they take advantage of your position or your disposition or your I'm sure you're not a people pleaser, but you're not somebody who makes waves or that talks back or that would call out sick or something like that. Like, you're not, and they know that. And I think that they know that they can treat you a certain way and you'll tolerate it. And not that you'll tolerate it, but that they won't get as much pushback from you. um, and I think that if and when you do choose to leave, they'll need to replace you with like two or three more people. Um, you know, and it's not in your energy to do less than what you're capable of doing. When you're at work, you do 100%. You give it your 100%. You don't lollygag. You don't do like 60% and then goof off. You don't. It's the and the work ethic that's instilled in us, but it does not give them the right to treat you that way. Um, I think let me just see. I feel as though it's your choice. I feel as though you might want to look for a different job, and then I don't know. It depends. I don't know your job, if you have like a retirement package or if you have what did they call that, pension or something like that, that you'll be um, jeopardizing, or you know and if not, I would get a new job that's more pleasurable, that you can ride out until your retirement, because they're not the only game in town, and you have really uh, crazy skills that are quite unique and hard to find. um, is it in who's that girl's highest good to retire early? No. Is it in who's that girl's highest good to find and look for another job? I feel like somebody needs somebody like you, stable in their office or in their company, that they can rely on, that is dependable, that has experience, that they can leave and go on a business trip and know that they have you in you know, holding down the fort and being responsible. I know it's hard to learn new tricks, but you'll be surprised at how much you do know and how much you can apply to other places. You might want to consider just moving laterally. I said no for early retirement. Is who's that girl going to be able to stay? Is it in her highest good to stay where she is for the next 2 years? It's okay for you to stay. You may want to. Is it will who's that girl be able to modify the no? Will is it in her highest good to stay there? And I feel like if you change your mindset a little bit and understand, and I think you've been doing this for quite a while, you've been biting your lip, like, I'm not going to blow up. But maybe it's time you blow up and respectfully say that this is too much work. I can't handle all of this. You guys always put this on me. Maybe be a little bit more of a squeaky wheel, because I don't think it's terrible that you stay there, but it's not. I got a no for retirement. I got it. It's okay if you stay there. So is it in who's that girl's highest good to find another job at another company? That is the strongest. Look how strong that is. Another job at another company is in your highest good. Staying there is an option, but you need to speak up and give and put parameters. but oh, she did blow up, and it did not go well. Yep, yep.
Yeah.
How about you, Mark?
Well, this is what the cards seem to be saying. I'm not getting a real quick leave, you know. Um, I do get, we might just hang in there a little bit longer. Now, don't quit if you don't have something else to go to right now. If you seek out something and there's go ahead and look, that's fine. You don't have to know about, go ahead and like put feelers out and see what's out there and that kind of thing. But don't jump the gun. That would be my experience. Here's the thing. I feel like something is about to change at your job. Um, I know it's been mucky-puck and you felt, attacked. So there's that Nine of Swords. And hasn't been feeling great. And plus, it's not really anything you've done or anything. It's just kind of nasty, stupid crap. But there are people there that like you. So not everybody doesn't like you. There are people that like you quite a bit. That's what I'm hearing. So it's hard to remember that just because these people are loud and being obnoxious, there's that Five of Cups that, you're kind of focusing on that. But there's still people that like you and have always, there. So it's not all bad. It's been irritating recently. But I feel like things might turn around. So here's the Tower, but it's upside down. I know it's been feeling like a tower, but this might shift. And that energy, that Nine of Swords energy, we might end up being more like the Queen of Cups, where all of a sudden things feel better there. And so that you feel like, well, I can make it it's not as bad. I think I'll just stay here a little bit longer and get my full retirement or whatever. So it feels like you'll know whether or not it changes, but I feel like things might be about to shift. Here's the Ace of Wands saying, we're going to help you out a little bit. Realize too that we can make our own choices, even when it feels like there's not much choice. So that's what I say. Start looking out for another option. But Spirit's kind of going, well, you can hang on to this one a little bit longer because the energy is going to shift. It'll be a little more, it'll feel better there, in a way, like it shifts a little bit, so it's not so hard to where you can hang there until you have a successful retirement and leave successfully with everything that's coming to you for all the years you put in or whatever that is. And so you might end up just moving into retirement. This stuff at work might switch so it's a little more palatable, and that the end of the job just goes naturally. You move to the end. That's the Death upside down, but it's more of a natural ending rather than a forced ending. So just ponder that. No, you can have whatever you want, but I'm kind of getting, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater kind of a thing. Maybe we need to do a little bit of adjusting and it might work out better. I say this because in my job, I remember things were miserable. And I was like, should I quit? Should I quit? Then I prayed and just asked for guidance and show me the best way. And then the next thing I knew, the person that was making my life miserable, he was moved. And then I didn't have to ever see him, or he was real a homophobe. I didn't like him. But then all of a sudden, he just was taken away. And then, well, it's not so bad. I'll be able to make it another year or so if I don't have to deal with that every minute. So sometimes things will change like that. And, in my case, because I always do this, I went to God, the one I call God, the source, and said, can we make this situation more palatable? You know, I, I don't wish him harm, but I don't need to have that in my face all the time. And, you know, if there's some way I can get out of it, do I need to quit? Do I need to move? Can you show me how this can be better worked out? I don't want this experience day after day after day. You know, fine. And so then something changed and shifted. So hang in there. Um, ask your spirit guides to work with you and help clear this up in one way or another that suits you better. Okay.
All the best to you. Who's that girl? It's not an easy situation. And
Because even looking now for something later, that time's not wasted, even if you end up not quitting them out. But then when you do retire, you've already got feelers out about something you might want to do afterwards. So that time isn't wasted to look around and see what else is out there, right? Even if you don't use it right today.
okay, so I have Sea Dreamer, and then I have oh shoot, I forgot her name. Oh, Giselle. Giselle is here, and Giselle, please say hello. Let me know that you're still here. And Sea Dreamer did say hello, so you just find her. I don't want to pass it. Here it is. Okay, and then after Sea Dreamer is who's that girl says, you two are fantastic. I'm grateful. It is not the job, it's the people. I asked for guidance and here you are. Aw, you're welcome. Who's that girl? I'm so
don't let those jerky people you know, cheat you out of what is yours. You know, screw them. You have a right to be there. You've been there all this time, and there's
exactly.
You know, shut up. Anyway,
you deserve respect. Okay, so Sea Dreamer says, I would like to talk to my grandmother. Her name was Alice. Oh, how sweet. How sweet. And Mark, if you have any other questions, like how long ago did she pass, or I feel like she's young and you're young. I do feel like she was close to your mom, obviously, but Alice and your mother, I think it's your mom's mom, and we're close. I feel like there was 3 generations that were close and you were included in that. You didn't realize the value of the 3 generations. It's almost like they were friends. You guys were all friends. You all hung out together. You all did things together. You all would converse together. It was very much, it wasn't like a disciplinarian and a daughter role. I mean, you know, at some point when cooking got involved, I think maybe grandmother was opinionated and a little, you know, like to control things. But for the most part, it was very much a friendly kind of a interaction together. I don't know if your grandfather wasn't around either for one reason or another, but I do see your grandmother hanging out with the family more, you know, sociable on a daily or weekly basis and being there more often. This is what she's telling me. So Alice, is your middle name or named after her? She's saying somebody's named after her. So Sea Dreamer is saying yes and yes, I'm on the right track. So this is the right energy that I'm picking up on. And oh, that's lovely. So and somebody was named after her, but she's showing me, I don't know why. I'm just going to tell you what I see. I don't know why. Don't take this the wrong way. She's showing me Cher, you know, Cher the singer, and Cher's mother. And Cher's mother was gorgeous and beautiful and always young looking, just like Cher is always gorgeous, beautiful, and always young looking. And the way that they like interacted, I don't know if she loved Cher or if she knew Cher's mother. I don't, why she's showing me this, I don't know. Um, but I think that like that was her era. And she's saying that she never grew old and did not expect to grow old and really wasn't um, concerned about that until maybe like just the very last portion of her life, maybe the last 9 months or a year. She was like maybe infirmed, but for the most of her life, she was really self sufficient and um, very sharp, very witty, streetwise, aware, and had beautiful social life. Um, she's saying you have that social bug as well. You're very, I don't know about charismatic, but you're outgoing and you are warm, and a lot of people like to talk to you. She's saying, um, and she loves that about you. That she sees like that characteristic through the line, through the generations. She says she does watch over you. I feel like you did dream about her. She's saying that what you feel, sense, if you smell her, she's saying you have a little bit of like psychic senses or awareness or intuitiveness. Like this is something that you do have, and you say, "Is that grandmother? Is that why is that light flickering, or why is that bird hanging around all the time?" There's some signs or synchronicities that she is sending to you that you're questioning, is that her, is that really her, and or what does she want to tell me, and or it could be your mother is seeing this or dreaming this or something, um, but she wants you to know that it is her and to not second guess yourself. She wants you to trust your intuition. You're a very strong intuitive woman, and she wants you to know that you can trust yourself. I think that she was a really good role model. And is there a message here for Sea Dreamer? She said, be your authentic self and don't sort of hide or shrink for anybody. She said, walk proudly and with integrity and authenticity. She said, be you. And you know, be loud and be proud, and um, don't apologize for your gifts. This is what she wants you to know. I feel, and she's saying yes. She's saying yes. Okay, so how about you, Mark?
Okay. Well, the cards are being very stubborn and not getting off this, so I'm going to have to ask this. Number one, first thing she says is she feels like you were like more like her than you were like your mother. It's like you inherited grandma's energy. Oh, I'm running her company. Aha, she started 83 years ago with my brother, third year. Gotcha. So she seems like you were more like her, right from. It's almost like you inherited her rather than your mom, if that makes sense to you. Was this her mom's mom?
Yeah, she said yeah.
Yeah, because it feels like sometimes your mom was like, oh, now I have my mom over here, and now I have a little mom that's like the way my mom was. So she could see that, that similarity. But the one thing that they're kind of keeping going on, what's going on as far as like a relationship, or she's talking about a new energy coming in for you. She wants to acknowledge that. It's a new gift. It feels good. It's fulfilling. It's loving. It's kind of something you've been thinking about. But so it's either an opportunity or it's an actual person coming. First of all, I like that little Weimaraner picture in there. It's so cute. I can't stand it on your thing. Um, so I'm just going to show you the cards. First of all, I got the Knight of Wands. Now, here he comes with this passionate stick in his hand. So it kind of gives me new energy from an admirer or like I guess if you're in a relationship, it could be renewed interest and renewed vitality or something. It feels new though. And then I was working a couple decks, and then I pulled the Page of Pentacles 3 times, which is that same thing, like a gift on the earthly level. Now, all 3 of these, it's a guy going, here's your thing. I got it for you. I'm bringing it. It's all for you. Ace of Cups, it makes you feel good. You receive it. It's really great. And then we get this working together thing. So if, I don't know you and I can't really ask you too many questions, but so it's either like relationship wise, or it could be about the company. There's a new partnership or energy or working person that comes into the company. So I don't know if any of that resonates. So I think she's talking about that because she wants you to know she's watching you and what's going on now. And she is, she brought this working because you said, you took over her business. She's like that. But there might be some help coming in for the business, right? Okay, your mother now has dementia, and my brother and I are taking over. Yeah, great. There might be a helper coming in or something. Do you have a partner, Sea Dreamer? Because they show me the you and your brother, but then I feel like there's a third energy that might be coming in to help. Yeah, you have a partner. Okay. So it feels like it's related to work. So I wouldn't be surprised if somebody else comes in to help. And it's a good thing. You like it and everything. Come home and take care of my parents' business. Oh, okay. Yeah, and you were a singer and everything. That's that share energy, probably. Yeah. Well, that's very, unselfish of you to do that. She doesn't want it to be a burden, though. Like, she doesn't want the business to be a burden. So I feel like she says, something's coming to make it easier. So we'll see. Let us know if anything transpires.
Thank you very much, Mark and Sea Dreamer. Thank you very much for your feedback and for your question. And next we have, sorry guys, there's a lot of them here.
Yeah.
Okay, so Giselle is here, and she said her sister, and I have her sister's name, I'll pop it up in a second, is missing. And we think she's either passed or held against her will in an immigration slave labor in Florida. Can you communicate telepathically? Well, we can try and see what the energy is. I don't know if we can directly. And she said her name is Doris Turigny. Doris is missing. And I'm so sorry that you're going through this, Giselle. You must be absolutely beside yourself. Is Doris, are you here on this earth? Okay, I got a yes. And Doris, are you on the other side with your loved ones? No. Are you still here on this earth? Yes. Are you held in a place where nobody can find you? No. Are you in hiding? Did you go in hiding yourself? She may be bunkered down. Are you avoiding being seen? No. Are you laying low and out of the limelight? Yes. I think that she doesn't even want to hit a like pinging a cell tower. So I don't want to ask you too much information, but if she has anything to hide from, this is why she's hiding. And there's no judgment, and we know that there doesn't have to be anything for her to be hiding. Are you located in the state of Florida still? Yes. Are you trying to migrate out of the state of Florida? Mm, no, but I do see her traveling. Are you traveling out of the location where you originally were? Yes. Are you traveling north? Are you traveling north? She's trying to get north. Um, Around. Are you still in Florida? Yes. Are you trying to get to, I don't know, what is that? What, I don't know. Give me a name of a town that's north in that very uppermost. I don't know Florida very well. Are you looking to get to a different state? No, she wants to stay in Florida. She's just trying to get out of her neighborhood. Are you, or do you have your phone? Do you have your phone? No. Are you able to use somebody else's phone? Yes. But she doesn't want to she doesn't want to contact anybody. I feel like she's just laying low. She doesn't know how they're tracing, how they're monitoring, how they're tracking. She doesn't want to get anybody else in trouble by using. Are you able to get a burner phone? Are you able to get a burner phone? And we're not going to say anything here live uh, on public radio here or wherever we are. We're not going to. Are you able to get will you? Is this an option? Yeah. Can you try and get a burner phone? She doesn't even want to do that. Um, is somebody giving you information? Yes. Is that somebody that you trust? Yes. Is this somebody that your family knows? No. Is this a trusted friend? Yes. Somebody is helping her. Somebody is helping her, and I do feel as though she's still drugs in the family. Hmm. I don't, and but I'm not sure why that would. Um, Let me just ask her. It are you under the influence? Are you under the influence of drugs right now? Off and on. Um, are you addicted to any drugs right now? It looks like she's still addicted. So, and um, why don't you have your phone? Can Are you able to get a burner phone? She doesn't want. Are you being held against your will? Are you being held? No. Are you hiding? Are you just hiding? Yes. Um, that's as much as what I can get right now. I can't think of any other questions that would be appropriate to ask live on this public forum. But I hope that helps you somewhat. But it was hard to. I'm glad to see that she is still here, though. How about
Right.
you, Mr. Mark?
Well, first thing I get is that she's alive and here, not on the other side. I just got the old green plus, which is like stands for health and well being. So I think she's here. Feels like she's moving around though. Like I do get this directional, like we move around a little bit, um, like using my compass. But I think she'll turn up when she wants to. This is yellow, the sun. So you'll see her. She'll come back. It feels like she's ignoring messages, like just letting them fly past, like maybe not answering or anything on purpose. It's like she's choosing to lay low or hide out. So we get the Four of Swords. Um, you know, I'm laying low. You can't see me. Uh, I'm choosing it. I'm doing it on purpose. Um, it's this thing that I'm into right now. I don't know if it's drugs or whatever, but I'm kind of tied to what I'm into right now for me. And it's not it doesn't have anything to do with you guys. She's really tied down to this. This is the Two of Wands. But see how his leg and foot are tied to the wands? It's like sometimes that wand would be, um, I'm I'm moving into a new phase or something like that, and I'm really stuck in it. I'm stuck in this phase. It might have to do with some kind of substance. Feels like she's with somebody though. I don't think she's alone. Um, like they're on the road together, the two of them. It's not just her. What's she got in her hand in that picture? Oh, I can't tell. Uh, but so then I also get this Two of Cups, but it's upside down. So it makes me think, she's with somebody else. Um, and they might act like they're an item, but it's upside down. So I don't know if it's like really true love or anything. It's like they both get something from the other, but doesn't seem all that great. It seems more temporary. Like I don't think this is a long-term relationship. It may be coming to an end pretty soon. There's the world ending this relationship, and then she might return home. This is that Six of Wands. Usually somebody riding in um, with ticker tape parade and all that. So I think she'll come in when she wants to. Feels like most of this, her being missing, is her own doing. I don't know why. I don't know how old she is, but it feels like, not super old, a little bit immature. Um, but I also get the alien card upside down. It's the last one I didn't show you, but because I was like, what are you telling me this? But I think it's about, she's in her 60s. Oh, that's up there to be running all around and not answering phone calls and stuff. But this gives me like a little bit of following someone else's lead or a little bit of mind manipulation or something like that. It's upside down, so it's not really aliens, but it's like sort of a mental control or something. So I wonder if does she have a boyfriend or something? Something like that. Oh, mental issues. Gotcha. Yep, it feels like it's all her own choice though, sweetie. I don't think she's dead. She's kind of in her own world a little bit. But it feels like there's somebody with her. Oh, she's a widow. I feel like there's a new person somehow.
It's I don't want to generalize, but I think it's uh, the 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 breakdown of the system to take care of people with mental illness, and she's self-medicating through drugs. I don't blame her because there's no way for her to find the proper help that she needs, and just finds that self-medicating is probably better for her to try and manage whatever challenges that she has going on. But in that sense, I feel as though society has let her and you and your family down. And I'm so sorry to hear that, because I think that she is a beautiful, loving soul. She's a beautiful soul who means well and loves and needs to be loved, and just has herself in a situation where she has to repeatedly sort of play out that situation because of her needs and the lack of help for somebody else to, for her to be able to get that help. Um,
Yeah, but
yeah.
that mental manipulation might just be her own. Because if she has a mental imbalance, it could be her mind telling her to do things. And it's kind of odd, or, she's trying to take care of herself. So it might not actually be another person. It could just be like this mental urging, because, I don't know, but I know that some people who have mental, illnesses, they talk to people, that aren't there, a lot like me. Uh, but, you know, they'll get messages and it's not always for their highest good. So I don't know. She's struggling a little bit.
I
I
think
think you're going
she's
to hear from her, though, or she's going to show up.
Yeah,
What
she's very smart too. She's really able, believe it or not, how difficult it is for her to be able to manage under those conditions and being under the radar and being able to maneuver and trying to travel. And she's really able, her self-preservation is really, she has a keen sense of taking care of herself, believe it or not, in the way that she can, but against all odds, because she's on the run, because, or not on the run, but on the move, and because she doesn't have a stable support system, and because she is constantly looking for, new opportunities. She's smart, and she's street savvy, and very much she has a keen awareness about her, believe it or not. I know that she has issues, and I know that she's not able to function normally, but she has a higher, keener sense of certain senses that allows her to maneuver in that world. And you or I mean, I know I would not be able to survive in that world. I would, but the way that she has built up her defenses and her ability to read people and read situations has helped her to be able to continue and survive. It's not easy, but she's able to do it. But she's really smart too. Um, but it was a pleasure meeting her, and she is talkative. She is smart. Yep, and thank God she's smart, and she's a really beautiful soul. And what I just imagine, like, we are here in this world for our souls to expand and evolve, and to learn and to grow and to have an experience. And her soul has probably experienced such diversity, such amazing different situations and experiences that have just transcended her to a new level, and she's probably being guided by angels and spirit guides. I know it sounds, I'm just saying, I feel as though she's guided. I feel as though she's intuitive. I feel as though she's smart. She knows how to survive. She's very much a survivor. I wouldn't survive. She can. She's really, and I want you to know that she's just a beautiful, beautiful, strong soul. She really is. I'm so sorry for your situation there, Giselle. Thank you very much for your question.
Yeah.
But I loved, she has a beautiful energy. Okay, I said Mama four, Mama, Mama, Mama Raptor, Mama Raptor.
Yeah. This might have to be my last one.
Oh, absolutely. This is the last one. I
Okay.
thought the other one was the last one.
No problem, sweetie.
This is the last one, everybody. Sorry. But thank you, everybody, for putting in your questions. And Mark's going to be back later today at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's his Ask Anything. So we need to give him a break. So, and please do, if you didn't get your question answered, do go over to Mark's channel later today at 4 o'clock. And we'll go from there. So Mama Raptor said,
you can bring your questions there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we can never get to everybody. So
it's amazing. Will my daughter-in-law and I rebuild our relationship?
What's her name? Your daughter-in-law? Your daughter-in-law's name? I think you will, but Susie. Okay.
She's protecting her relationship. She's in protector mode. She says, I'm not going to let anybody get in between us or affect us or influence us. So I'm not sure if there was a decision or an opinion that or several opinions or a series of opinions that you were. She doesn't feel wanted. She doesn't feel respected. She doesn't, and she is young and she is naive, and uh, she probably could use some guidance, but she's in the defensive mode in the sense that she doesn't believe that you trust her. And it's not about trusting her that she knows what to do. It's trusting her to make mistakes and to know that when she makes mistakes, she'll learn from them. And you have gained your wisdom and your knowledge from the mistakes that you made. And you're just trying to help them not to make those same mistakes, but love them enough to give them enough rope to be able to make the mistakes, um, and find their way back. It's their life to live. And I say them and their because it's about both of them. And it's not about her. It's about both of them because they are a unit now. They are together. They're one now. And um, and she's just defending herself and is demanding to be respected for a human being with a brain between her ears and breath in her lungs. Like she just wants um, some civil type of respect for her being a woman. Look, see eye to eye that she's a woman and she has her own way of doing things. It may not be your way, but she really is defensive right now. She's really hurt right now, and she saw you as the mother of the man that she loves, and through that she loves you, and was hoping and was opening up herself, and somehow something got confused, and I'm not saying you might get pissed off at me, but what I see is you might have been treating her like your daughter instead of a woman who loves your son. Like you see your son and you say, "Oh, I'll do this. I'll tell my son this and I'll guide him here and I'll give him this advice." She doesn't need that. She's not your daughter. She's your son's wife. And it's woman to woman. It's not like, and she is young and she is influencing your son and she is making decisions with him, but she's not your daughter. You know what I mean? And I think that she feels as though you can tell her what to do when you probably have more knowledge and more wisdom and you're probably giving them good advice, but she doesn't feel that way. She feels like you don't trust her. You don't think that she has a brain, and it's very much a defensive thing. I'm not saying you don't do or don't trust her. I'm not saying that you don't do or don't think that she has a brain. It's that this is how she feels. This is it's not the truth, obviously, but she feels this way. And she wants to love you because you are her husband's mother. She wants to have that relationship with you. Do they have any children? Because you're she wants you there. She trusts you. She doesn't, and she wants you to trust her back. She wants her definitely defensive. Uh I think she feels I betrayed her. She is definitely defensive, and yes, that feels right. She actually wanted me to be her mother. Oh, so she was okay. Okay. They don't have any kids yet. She needs you. She needs you, but she wants you to see her as a woman, woman to woman. And she may not have earned that yet, but this is what she wants. This is what the way she thinks that she um and it may be from her past history. It may be from her broken relationship with her own mother, that she has hostile type of feelings or defensive type of feelings. It's not you per se. It's the role of mother, or her expectations. But she has a lot to learn, but it's, you may need to like work on it with a third party counselor or advisor, or I don't know. There because she sees one way and is stubborn, and you see things a different way, and um, the hurt feelings are preventing the mesh to come back together. So having a third party, there's like a safety in a third party, and it'll show that you're. I mean, I don't know that she will. I'm not willing. I'm not being allowed to reach out to her so we can work on this. She needs time. She needs time.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. It's
Much trauma with her own mom. Yeah. Yeah. There's not, yeah. How about you, Mark?
well, and she'll tie you up with her mother. So like she'll, I don't know, like some of the trauma she had from her mother, sometimes she'll put it onto you, even though you didn't do anything. It seems like even this last little upset or whatever it was kind of a misunderstanding. Like she misinterpreted what you meant or something like that. And even if, like you said, if I could just, talk to her, I could maybe clear this up. She doesn't take advice well. She's very independent minded. That's probably because she had to be in order to get along with her mom or whatever. There's some mom thing that went on. But it made her very independent, I make my own decisions. I don't need your assistance. Don't tell me what to do. Very much don't tell me what to do kind of a thing. And I'm a grown up. I'm starting my life. I have my own ideas. She's not really a grown up, but she likes to think of herself as one. And she has very strong ideas. She also doesn't want to be like her mother. And so sometimes she reacts rather dramatically if something reminds her of that. She's not the kind of person, that takes advice or unless she asks for it. Now, if she asks for it, that's different. Most of the time, she's her own. She does everything for herself. She's a very strong female. She has strong ideas about marriage, how relationships should go, what her husband should do. But, she's got very strong ideas and opinions, and she's going to go for them because she's very driven, independent, smart. The difficulty is letting go of this hold her mom has on her. Even though she'd like to say it don't affect me, it still does because she still hasn't released it completely. It still kind of hangs over her. And, sometimes you might remind her of that. I think it's going to get better because you both love your son, right? And eventually you're going to come together on his behalf. So there'll be a healing. There's the healing symbol, what is it, Caduceus? And there's two people coming together. So I think you will. I know you already said, well, I've been trying to reach out, but they won't, but I'm not able to connect. But I would still reach out anyway. Because you're the bigger person as far as that goes. She's not very good about thinking that maybe something she did wasn't perfect. Yeah, that's right. So, you are that. So just continue to be that. In a way, you have to wait a little bit till she's ready. And whenever you can sincerely give her, I'm going to say, compliments or, things like, I'm so glad you're with my son, try to build her up. She's not really a bad person. She had sort of a funky raising with her mom. There, that feels really, and she's just not quite. It's still hovering over her, and she has to sort of just let that go and move forward. For a long time, I let the idea that my father was an alcoholic and he was violent and not nice to me just hang over me, and like identified as this victim of an alcoholic or whatever, until I had to decide, you know what? Screw that. We all did the best we could. That was then. This is now. I don't need to keep dragging that along into the present, with me. And that's kind of what she's going to have to eventually get to, that her mother wasn't perfect. She did what she was able, and we need to move on from that. Yeah, she's already passed. But, it's still that energy kind of hovering over her. And she's not good with authority figures. Like, she's her own authority figure, she thinks. And so I could see why you said she has her own business and stuff. I could see why, because she wouldn't really be good about working for others or that kind of thing. She's prickly, a little bit prickly. Even though she don't want to be. I don't think she likes that part of herself, but it's almost can't help it. And so she got to grow up a little bit. Like Jean was saying, she's young. You have to just be you and stay there and be stable and allow her to grow up some, and you have to, I imagine you're going to have to bite your lip a little bit and go, I have the perfect solution. I'm going to keep it to myself because it just kind of triggers her a little bit. Anyway, I think it's going to get better.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Mama Raptor. All the best to you. And thank you to everybody. What a beautiful show. What beautiful readings, Mark. It was very, it was just so encompassing of a little bit of everything. Thank you all for being here, for staying by, for holding space, and for being patient. Please do go over and check out Mark's channel, Mark the Spirit Whisperer, and Mark is there today at 4:00. Ask Anything Day. I love that. Ask Anything Day. That's 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. And I will be back this afternoon at 4:00 as well. I will be on Scott Scorpio Sun Tarot's channel, and we'll be doing some more readings over there. So, tag team us both. See what happens.
Yep. Always welcome. Hey, Mama Raptor, I want to say one more thing. You and your daughter-in-law are a little more alike than you might like to think. Because you are also a pretty strong-willed, independent woman. When I read the name Mama Raptor, that's like a pretty strong-willed mama who's out there doing it all, to take care of her kids. You're kind of a raptor, I will be on top. So in a way, you're alike. And so sometimes that creates a little bit of, oh no, I see you and me, I see you and me, that kind of a thing. Oh, you're both Taurus. Yeah. So there is that, kind of a kinship, but eventually you'll get on the same page. Yeah. I'm sorry. Sometimes something comes up right when I say I'm done. And then as soon as I say that, another thing.
I know. It's hard to turn it off sometimes. Well, thank you, everybody. And thank you, Mark. I had so much fun together. We'll see you again next time, everybody.
Thank you,
Bye-bye
guys.
now.
Great questions.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.